Welcome to the Painting Safety Awareness Training. We are going to start the Mode 1, Introduction and Brazilian Regulatory Standards NR34. So the basic purpose of this training course is to enable those involved to meet the requirements determined by the NR34 and the related NBR, focusing on the identification of risks and control measurements that must be adopted in the painting activities carrying out on board. We are going to speak a little bit about the NR10, NR24, NR34, and also the NBRs. This course has 4 hours and the progress it is according to your availability. A test will be made after each mode and also at the end of the training. Your certificate will be provided at the end of the training and will be also sent for your company. You can find all the information about this course in the NR34. Have a nice training. When we are talking about regulatory standards, it all established the minimum required to be followed here in Brazil. So NR34 established the protective measurements to the safety, health and the work environment in the activities of construction, repair and dismounting of marine units. So activities of the shipbuilding and ship repair industry are those involved within the scope of the facilities employed for this purpose or on the vessels and instructors themselves, such as ships, boats, floating platforms. When you are talking about the offshore platforms, ship under construction, boats under construction is also involved in the NR34. So painting is not only used to provide color for the equipment, for the material, but is also a technique used for corrosion protection applied to metal installation and equipment, and has the function for improving the equipment resistance to corrosion through different types of process such as galvanizing, for example. Don't underestimate the use of paint. Paint has many purposes besides adding color, as I told you. Protecting the surface from moisture, rust, among others. Provide texture as safety measures such as no-skid painting for floors. To do its job, paint contains very different types of chemical that can be hazardous, and hazard can be avoided if you follow the safety rules. It is the employer's duty to apply and ensure the effective implementation of the protection measure in the workplace. So formally designate a person responsible for the implementation of this standard in the company, guarantee the adoption of the protection measures defined in this standard before the beginning of any type of the work, ensure that the work is immediately stopped when there are changes in the environmental conditions that make it potential dangerous to the physical and physiological integrities of the workers, and also provide the preliminary risk analysis, the PRA, and when applicable, the issue of the permit to work, the PTW. Also carry out before the beginning of the activities the DDS, the Daily Safety Dialogue, and also the Toolbox Talk, complaining the activities that will be developed during the process of that operation. Guarantee that all the works is up-to-date information about the risks of the activity and the control measures that must be adopted, and take the necessary measures to monitor the compliance with the protection measures established in these standards by the contracted companies. The employer must provide conditions so that worker can be collaborate with the implementation of the measures providing these standards, as well as implemented stop work with the information to the supervisor. Remember to use always your PPE, personal protective equipment, and stop the work if you see any possible danger situation. We are done with the first mode. See you in the next.